Hi, Deb Boulay, September 23rd, 2022. I'm talking to you on this video about a course, about a class that's called Adaptive Physical Education. So I'm still speaking in the special education realm here. And so if your child has a physical disability, it could be a number of things, but a physical disability, and they are unable to fully participate in a physical education class as they're set up in Newburgh, then your child may be entitled to be in adaptive physical education class. Now, in schools, right, teachers have a contract. In that contract, it limits the amount of students that can be in one class. That does not pertain to physical education classes. Physical education classes, formerly known as gym classes, can have large amounts of students in that class at one time. So if your child has a disability that would not allow them to run as fast as most of those kids in that class, or if they're forced to be in a regular education class, might cause them harm. For example, if balls are getting thrown or bats are hitting balls and your child is unable to respond in a quick manner, then your child, in my opinion, is at risk. Would you not agree? So your child should not be in a regular physical education class. They should be in an adaptive physical education class. An adaptive physical education class is a class that is much smaller in size. It's much more structured, and it's designed by the teacher to meet the physical needs of each student in that much smaller class. Now, when I first began in Newburgh long ago, many years ago, these classes were common. There were, you know, many students who could not do regular education. And so these classes would exist and they were wonderful. Over time, the number of adaptive physical education classes has decreased. I have spoken to and researched so that I am comfortable in telling you that the number of adaptive physical education classes is less than what it's been before, yet the number of students in need has not decreased. So it doesn't match. So why aren't these adaptive physical education classes meeting the needs and demands of students? It all comes back to the IEP. What is written in that IEP, as I've told you before, is what gets done in the school. So if your child, you believe, should be in an adaptive physical education class, then you need to contact special education now. Now, it's September 23rd, 2022. Now, and say you want that, you want a new CSE meeting. You want a meeting like pronto within the next week, 2 weeks, make them schedule it. Tell them that you want to talk about adaptive physical education and why your child is not in there. And then you go to that meeting. If you need a parent advocate, you search for one. If you need it, someone who's going to give you, who's going to have your back at that meeting so that your child can be in the right physical education class. That's it. Have a good weekend.